This brand of Liberty Lacrosse this year has a really unique blend of culture and capacity to perform that's been brought out a little bit more than we've ever seen. I think we've had a strong culture being built for a long time here, and this year has continued to take that step. But I think the caliber of player that we're bringing in this year doesn't just come in and try to understand the culture and then conform to it. It's helping to bring a new dynamic to it, contributing to it. So the opportunity to take another step forward seems more available than it ever has.
I think we've been preparing pretty well. It's kind of a quick turnaround from Christmas break, but I'm looking forward to the season and looking forward to seeing the guys and getting back on the field.
We've got a lot of new, young talent that we're excited to showcase. We've got a good foundation that we're building off of from years past, but excited about the new players that we've got and want to showcase that.
A big focus that we have been drawing guys back to, just realizing, hey, there's things that this program still hasn't done. And I think a lot of guys have had the idea and perspective that our team's capable and really every year should be in contention for a national championship. But I think this year has changed the guys' perspective in that I think the closer this team gets and the more they focus on the culture of what it takes to be a champion and not just talk about it. I think that's going to be something that proves itself as we carry on this season.
The best thing about Liberty Lacrosse has been the relationships that I've made and have been able to build in these past 4 or 5 years. I don't think I ever could have foreseen making this many friends, lifelong friends, so for sure it has to be the relationships that I've built.
Probably the best thing is how open the locker room is and just embracing me immediately with open arms. And I really couldn't tell who was a senior, who was a freshman. Everyone treated with respect. Just very open arm, big family in the locker room. So.
This year was a unique opportunity for us to step into the season a lot sooner, and we had to jump right into it. And I think the guys have responded really well. We had to be a lot more purposeful and focused in the fall than maybe we ever have. But I think the 2 scrimmages that we have this year are going to be really telling and are going to give us a great chance to test our mettle against some really good competition with Roanoke and SVU. They're both historic programs in Division III, and what better way to kick us off than to test us against teams like that.
So far we've had a good first 2 weeks to practice in the spring season. So yeah, we've got NC State and Temple. I think those are going to be some good matchups where we can test ourselves and see where we stand at the beginning.
We're starting off with a conference opponent in a divisional opponent really in Temple. who's a team that's probably on the rise, and then an NC State team that is continue to claw and stretch and get closer to us every year. So we don't really start off light.
Tonight we just kind of set the tone. We talked about it all week. We talked about starting well. We talked about dictating rather than being dictated to. So tonight we have to be like, if this is a fight, we're taking the first step. All right, we're engaging them first. We're taking the first swing. Okay, they're gonna swing back, and we have to be ready for that. But we have to be the aggressors tonight. Okay, it starts the face-off. It starts on the defensive side of the ball. We're getting out, we're getting physical, we're letting them know that we're here, and then we're going to be on them all night. Okay, on the offensive side of the ball, we are just going to dodge heavy on them. We're going to force them to slide early, and if they don't, we're just going to light them up. Okay, we do it right from the beginning, and we got to dictate that tone. Okay, it's just a really good opportunity, and then we can start the season the right way. Okay, this can either be the start to something really special, or it can be just another game. That is completely up to you guys. All right, so in on captains, and then you guys have about 3 minutes, and then head out to the field, please.
Tonight, our journey to being national champions starts, all right? Do not take that lightly, and do not forget, all right? Tonight, we have to keep the energy high all night.
By number 92, Cameron Carter.
Alright guys, just to point out the obvious, it sucks at this, okay? So if you have this mentality, like, just embrace it, okay? You're gonna get wet, it's gonna be cold, it's gonna be nasty, and say that it's going to be easy because of this weather, but I will tell you that NC State thinks that this place to their advantage is going to slow us down in the game. Okay? We've got to play our game, which is one game at a time.
Defensively, I think we have a lot of things to figure out, but I think we're in a good spot going into this coming weekend playing Virginia Tech.
I think we showed a lot of potential to keep developing as the year goes on. I think we left feeling really good, but we also left feeling like we have areas to improve in, and that's a good feeling to walk away with.
I think the thing that sticks out to me at this point in the year is just how connected these guys are. I think that there's a real community and a real sense of brotherhood. And that's not saying that that didn't exist in years past, but I think this group has been really intentional about building and developing relationships and has been all in on the culture and what we're trying to do, both not only on the field but off the field as well. And I think that's obviously gonna pay dividends for us and help us win some lacrosse games, but it's just a lot of fun to be a part of a team when you got guys that really do care about one another and enjoy spending time with one another rather than being forced to.
Yeah, I think this team especially, last year was a great year as well, but we're such a good unit together this year, and all the guys are like really close. In years past, some guys have butted heads and not got along, but this team is so close, and we all love hanging out with each other, whether it's on the field or in the locker room or anywhere else. We all get along really well, and I think that translates really well to how we play. It's a lot easier to play with guys that you like playing with and that you like hanging out with. So that's definitely something special about this year's team.
I think this team this year, we kind of all run together as one unit. I think the offense clicks all together. We can throw in two lines of midi, anybody at attack, and it just seems like we're all on the same wavelength. And I think the defense would say the same. And I know even outside of practice in lacrosse, a lot of the O and D guys and the goalies and face-offs and everybody's getting together, hanging out, going to team meals and everything. So the camaraderie is just pretty sweet. The focus is to beat Tech every year when we do play them. It's a state rival, and it's just going to be good fun lacrosse.
They're the team that's got a lot of hype around them, and it's definitely one that we've had our eyes on, one that we've always had our eyes on. They're always a great team to play, and they always bring their best against us, so it'll be a good challenge and a good test for us for sure. And I think a lot of the guys are looking forward to it. So.
for us, what's important for Saturday is hopefully to try to turn the tide and kind of take back some of that momentum that Virginia Tech has been able to gain over the last season. But I have a lot of respect for Coach Manchito and their program and what they've built and what they've done. I like that we're playing a team like Virginia Tech as early as we are in the season to try to give us an understanding of kind of who we are, and really looking forward to the game, and they should be a really good test for us. All right, guys. These are really easy conversations, in my opinion, to have. All right. It shouldn't take. If you're waiting for me to say something motivational or get you to where you need to get on a day like today, you got to check your pulse. Okay. This is a great opportunity. It's a great team. You get to play at home on a beautiful day. It's early in the season. It's a great test for us. But I'm really confident. I think we've worked really hard. I think if we stick to our systems, if we do what we do, we play our brand of lacrosse. We are a very good lacrosse team, but at the end of the day, we got to prove it on the field, okay? I think the best team isn't always the team that has the best players. It's the ones that work hard, that push themselves, that find kind of like their groove and kind of are able to ride that out. So for today, whatever happens, the bumps, the bruises, the ups, the downs, we just got to be consistent. We got to be Liberty Lacrosse. We got to play our brand of lacrosse, and we just got to believe that we're the better team. All right, guys, kind of short and sweet today. This is a bounce back game. All right, the next time we get an opportunity to play a team like Virginia Tech, we got to be twice the team we were when they saw us the first time. And games like this weekend give us that opportunity to start taking those steps forward.
doesn't matter what happens. We got one more quarter to play. Let's finish the game. Let's go. Finish it.
Colorado on Saturday. Nasty weather, but sometimes we thrive in that. Kind of let them come back there at the end. We just let our foot off the gas pedal, but Sunday had a quick turnaround. A lot of guys were beat up, came out pretty strong.
I think the Colorado game helped show who we were. We struggled with some things versus Colorado, and then really started to play a lot better Colorado State. So being able to come off Virginia Tech and win both of those, I think was a big weekend for us.
How fast you want it? How you want 3? 1, 2, 3, how you?
It'll be good though, heading out to Utah with a win under our belt, beating Georgia Tech, and playing solid teams from here on out. So it's important to be consistent and stay strong for the rest of the year.
The schedule is always going to be difficult. We're always going to try to put our guys into situations that are challenging and giving us the best opportunity to test ourselves and to kind of put us through the ringer, so to speak, so that we're prepared for conference championships and national championships. And I could say this about any team. As a coach, you just want your players to perform at the best of their abilities and play out their potential. And I think this group specifically, if they're able to do that and really start believing in not just themselves, but each other and as the team as a whole, I think we could be a very, very dangerous group.
We play a lot of top 10 teams. We play a lot of good programs. The teams ahead of us are only going to get better and better every week, as are we. So I think it's going to be, we got to show up every game, making it a dogfight and scrapping to come out on top.
Here you go.
Had Utah Valley first. We didn't know a ton about them going in. We knew they were undefeated and had some quality wins. So we really had to come together in the second half and kind of play our style of lacrosse, slow things down. And thankfully, our boy Bennett came through at the end and got the game winner with like 1.2 seconds left, which was pretty hype.
Feels like we have a lot of grit this year. The team as a whole, just even when we're down, up, whatever it is, we're playing hard. And it really doesn't matter what the score is. We keep playing through each ball and keep hitting them hard. So I feel like the grit has really gotten a lot better.
we never count ourselves out. No matter how many times in games other teams go on a run or make a play and things just aren't going our way, we can find ourselves and win games. And I think that's been one denominator this year that we just have really come together with.
So coming off of the Utah trip, where we just came off of a massive win against BYU, and we had a full week of practice coming off that, so we knew we were going to have a long month ahead of us.
I think we've just put a little bit more of a priority and a premium on the time and the energy that we put into practice, and being really intentional with that time, because I think that there are a lot of really talented players on this team. I think we can go toe-to-toe with anybody in the country, but one of the things that I think that gives us a competitive advantage is the time and the effort and the energy that we put into the preparation.
Boys, let's go.
Let's get out on these guys early. Let's fly around. I want the sidelines hyped. I want guys on the field playing with intensity and physicality. Let's set the tone early.
We're able to play West Virginia. They're definitely pretty scrappy. A lot of their guys were talking during the game, and we were able to put them away pretty early. We came out, did our job, and won the game. So, yeah, we've been on the road for a little bit, but we got one more weekend on the road. We're going down to South Carolina next weekend, and hopefully we get 2 W's. So.
South Carolina, a week before we got down there, just knocked off Virginia Tech, who was #1 team in the country at the time. And going there it's a hard place to play. They have all the momentum on their side. It's a pretty rough grass field, and they bring the energy for sure. And it was a great game. I mean, we played them down to the very last whistle. I think that was a good wake-up call for guys to know, like, hey, you can be beat. You are one of the best teams in the country, but you're not perfect. You're going to have your ups and downs throughout the year. And Sunday we headed up to Clemson, and we gave Clemson the work. I think we beat them 12-3, and that was just a good game. They're a very respectable team. They're young and they're hungry, but we knew what we had to do, and it was a perfect bounce-back game.
Play confident. This game is ours. Steal spot on 3. 1, 2, 3. Steal spot.
Yeah, I think senior night's important because it's a time to just recognize the guys that have been there for 4 years, that have given to the program. Thank and honor the guys that have walked through the legacy that they've laid for 4 years. So it's just a great opportunity to recognize those guys and have them go out with a final bang. So.
Coaches always like to say we have a target on our back just because we are Liberty University, and honestly we wear that target with pride. So we carry that as an honor, and we know everybody's going to give us their best shot, and we're going to swing right back.
When I think of this year's seniors, they've really just set a tone of having a fierce attitude on the field and an intense amount of focus that they bring to practice and games that really sets the tone for us. And I think has helped us so much, even when they were underclassmen, that they've brought to the team, and it's helped us tremendously.
we challenge the guys every year to give, to grow, to grind, and I think they've answered that every single time, and they've embraced that. And I think the teams that you see winning championships and making it to the end of the season, they do those things. At the end of the year, a season is defined by what you do, and some teams will talk about it, other teams will think about it, but the best teams go out and do it on the field. So we have everything in front of us. We're in the driver's seat, and I have a lot of excitement. I think all of our coaches are really excited about what's to come.
Midnight Mayhem is an absolute blast. I think it gives the students something like cool to look forward to for each club sport. That oh, it's the midnight game for a lacrosse team or volleyball team or hockey team. It gives something for them to be excited about, and it gives a really good excuse for them to bring their friends and things like that. So we always have a great atmosphere, no matter which team, and it's just something that everyone at LU looks forward to.
All right. Hey, we talked about it all week, so we don't need to spend a ton of time talking about it now. Okay, this is a really cool event and opportunity, but it's just like any other game. Okay. All that we got to focus on is JV. A couple things I do want to say though. In addition to everything that we talked about this week, guys got to play for each other. You play for the guy next to you. You play for the guy that's been at practice every single time that you've been at practice, at lift, on a bus, on a plane, study hall, like all that stuff, okay? We do our job, we play for each other, we have fun, right? But the best way that I know how to have fun is to play at a really, really, really high level and to absolutely just dominate in every aspect.
Yeah, it's one of those events that has created a buzz, both from an in-person standpoint and kind of gotten some national media attention in the lacrosse world. So it's just such a unique thing. I think it builds a great culture here on campus. It creates great culture within our locker room. And ultimately, I think it helps the lacrosse community in general, and the MCLA and the ALC that we're a part of. And I think it champions all those things. So it's a cool thing and something we like to do, and we'll probably continue to do.
So we'll have 3,000 to 5,000 fans come out and support us, and it's just a great atmosphere, and it's a unique experience to play at midnight and play into 2 a.m. in the morning. So.
I think we finished the season very well. I think we're in a really good spot to win a conference championship and a national championship.
Came in with a lot of just hunger this week because we really want to go in and win the tournament. Guys have been working really hard this week in practice, and I think we'll be ready for this weekend.
I'm going to pray real quick, and then we'll leave you guys to captains. Lord, thank you for just allowing us to represent you well, let us represent each other well. Lord, just be with us today. Help us glorify you. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, captains, on you.
Had a lot of challenges to overcome, but I think you have to give credit to the players and what they've been able to do over the course of a 14-game schedule, probably a top 5 schedule this season, and they have just answered the call game after game. And if that is a testament of things to come, the postseason is only going to take us to another level.
And play against Tennessee first round. Virginia Tech plays against Temple in the first round, so the winner of both of those games will play each other on Sunday for the championship and an automatic bid to nationals.
opportunity. You guys have put yourselves in a fantastic situation, not just to win a lacrosse game, but just to experience this and experience this with each other. So you guys deserve all the credit in the world. And I know I speak on behalf of our coaches as well, but just how proud of you guys that we are. And I know that today is no different. Win, lose, or draw, I know that you guys are going to answer the bell. And you guys have proven that. Yesterday, again, another good example. So I'm proud of you guys, all right? I want to go out there and win that game just as bad as you guys do. But you guys need to take a second and just recognize what got you here, the steps that you've taken, the sacrifices you've made, the blood that you've lost, the tears that you've cried, whatever your investment is, like, it got us here, okay? So the last thing I want you guys to do is leave any of it not on that lacrosse field in the next couple hours.
So my freshman and sophomore year here, we never lost to Virginia Tech. It was always, we kind of owned them, didn't really think too much about them, and then last 2 years they've really risen up and have become a top dog in the whole MCLA. So they've had our number the past couple of games, so I'm really hoping that we can go in and beat them this year.
Really good game. Like, it was back and forth, down to the wire, and went in OT.
time was definitely a tough pill to swallow, but I think these guys are going to do a really good job of responding at nationals.
It obviously sucked, but we just got to learn from it and think ahead for nationals. Away trips are always so fun, just being with the team and the guys, and I don't know, we just have a great community, so you're with your teammates and your brothers, so it's a good time.
Just a grind, and I think that the tournament itself is just a bit of a grind. I mean, you play back-to-back games on a Monday, Tuesday, you have a semi-final game on Thursday, and then a championship game on a Saturday. So you basically cram probably some of the most difficult games you play all season into a really short amount of time, in the heat in Texas, new opponents that you can't really make a plan for. It's a battle, and it's a grind, and I think you have to be mentally and physically tough. That's something that I think this team has done a really good job of and proven itself. So I think in order for us to come out of Texas with a national championship, we're just going to have that mentality of like, we just got to put our head down, and they don't have to be pretty. We'd love them to be, but there's going to be moments and there's going to be situations that we're just going to have to get the job done. I think that that's what it's going to take. So.
We're the 3 seed and we play UC Santa Barbara, which is the 14 seed, and I mean, they made the tournament for a reason, so we obviously can't overlook them, and we just got to take it game by game and just win the whole thing.
We have been in the tournament for years now, but never with a seed as high as a 3 seed, which is a great opportunity for us. There's no easy games at this point in the year. I don't want to make it sound like with a high seed you get some gimmies, but you definitely get an easier path to a championship. The guys have earned that, and we're excited about it.
On captains, break it down, offensive and defensive huddles. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, let's go, boys. Full 4 quarters today, all right? Give it everything you got, leave it all on the field. Let's go. Nothing else matters. We go 1-0 today, and we go from there. Let's go. Hill City boys! Woo! Hill City boys! Hill City boys! LU on 2! 1, 2, LU!
We'll worry about Thursday when Thursday comes. We'll worry about Saturday. But tonight, the only thing that you guys have the ability to do is control tonight's game and do something that no program, no.
1, 2, 3, so smart!
They were a team that we had to respect, but also felt like we had the leg up and the advantage over. They came from a tough conference, but we were battle tested all year and knew that any game that we were going to be in that would be tight, we'd have a great opportunity to play. So play our brand of lacrosse and control the possessions where we could. Got some great performances from some key guys, and had a guy like James Supek even step up and play pretty solid for us at the face-off dot, and really helped tilt the game in our favor in that way. We saw really probably our best brand of lacrosse being played right at a great time. So.
I think when you are playing games at that point in the season, at the national tournament, every team there is a great team that deserves to be there, that can beat anybody. So we can sit here and kind of pick apart the way that we played and maybe get frustrated with letting Georgia kind of get back into that game and putting ourselves in a position that we did. But ultimately, the thing that I'm going to remember is Cooper taking that shot and kind of having the presence of mind, and it's just really neat to be able to see, and really happy for Cooper to be able to kind of have that as one of his last memories of playing Liberty Lacrosse, and to be a big part of the reason that we were able to move on past the quarterfinal round and make it to the Final Four, a place that Liberty Lacrosse had never been before.
I guess going into the Concordia game, it was a place that we've never been before, semifinal game. It was a cool experience to finally step on that field. That was kind of one of my goals in the past years, to get to that stadium field and be able to play on that field. So I was grateful that we were finally able to get to the semifinal game and step on that field. Concordia was a super tough matchup for us.
So going into the game, I think a lot of us were confident. The first time we had played them this year, we were missing some guys. They were a team that we knew that we could play with, that we had run with, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew that it was going to be close.
Here we go, fellas! Just fine! Play together, let's play for each other. Let's go, let's go! LU2, 1, 2! LU!
What we probably weren't ready for is the brand of lacrosse that I don't think anybody had seen yet. So it was really a good matchup early on, and you know, I think maybe we had just kind of had a hard time bouncing back from a really tough game, and ran into a team that was peaking at the right time. So.
Definitely want to give credit to Concordia and just their ability to close out the end of the year, and they were definitely playing at a level that was pretty impressive, and I don't want to take anything away from Concordia and what they were able to accomplish, because that was definitely one of the best lacrosse teams that we'd ever come across, and was a very different version of the team that we had played earlier in the year, and we were able to get a win at home.
Yeah, you can look back on 2023 as a season that had a lot of incredible moments. It was a good year with some great moments, and I couldn't be more proud of the job that our team did, that we were able to do as a coaching staff, helping lead these guys to a place that Liberty Lacrosse had never been before. You know, it didn't end the way that we wanted to, but we have all the hunger that we need going into next season to be able to take the next step that we're really ultimately searching for. So.
There's a lot more to be proud of this season than for us to just be frustrated about one game in that case. And we're excited about next season and continuing to push forward. So.